It's not for likes or shares, blah blah blah. Just getting the thought out of my head therapeutically. Okay, with that being said, the N word. The letter N followed by the word word. I'm no English major or anything of the nature, but I'm gonna do my best here. So the old term or definition of the N-word, it essentially means ignorant. An ignorant person. So back in the 18th century, where slavery and racism was at its peak, black people were referred to as the N-words. Now, we're still using that word till this day. We're using that word till this day. The N-word is a derogatory word directed towards black people. We don't like hearing it from people with lighter pigmentation than your average black person. What baffles me is that we don't like that word. But here's a rebuttal. But we'll use it towards one another freely, like lubrication and condoms at Planned Parenthood, like the air that we breathe in. From the 18th to the 20th century, our forefathers fought really, really hard for us to not use that word. I use that word. Before I continue, I just want to say I use that word, and I say it a lot, especially when I'm online playing Call of Duty. But here I am, giving you a big speech about how our forefathers didn't want us hearing that word again, but here I am saying it so freely. Why am I saying it so freely, but the other person can't? Why is it okay for us to listen to music, hear the word, see a fellow black person, and say the word, be okay with it, but get offended when any other person uses it. Some say that it's a term for endearment when you greet another fellow black person. Hey, what's up, my N-word? You know, N-word this, N-word that, N-word, N-word, N-word. You know, it's used so much, but that one person that wears a hood over his face with a burning cross, or that one person that is probably a Trump supporter, or anyone in that like-minded or nature, if they use that word, you're quick to throw hands and be offended if they use that word. Now that's contradiction at its finest. I don't see or hear a Jewish person going around saying the K word. I don't see your average Caucasian going around saying the H word. I don't see or hear an Asian person going around saying the C word. But here we are saying it, and then other people are saying it, and then we get mad. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think the reason why people feel free to say it thinking that it's okay is because we're still using that word. I strongly feel that way. Yes, I will get slightly upset if I hear someone else say it. But I'm not going to do anything about it. Because there's someone else out there aside from myself that's saying that word, that's utilizing it on a daily basis. And then, like children, they hear that word, they know that it's bad, but because they hear you say it, now they want to say it because they feel that it's okay. You know what I mean? When you're going around saying, "What's up, my N-word?" You're essentially saying, "What's up, my ignorant person?" You're using it out of endearment to say, "What's up, what's up, my fellow ignorant person?" One time, before I was deleted off of many friends lists on Facebook, I had this one female who put up a post, and I commented, and I pull no strings. I'm like all in. Like every time I place a bet, I put all my chips in. there's water, I'm going in head first and I'm diving in deep. You know, one of her other friends saw what I commented and she used the N-word on me. So I said, listen, I am not your N-word. I have a job. I have an education. I work really hard to get to where I am. I'd be damned if someone calls me ignorant. I'm responsible. I'm not here with a bunch of children running around not knowing who their father is or anything of that nature. I don't walk around with my pants pretty much past my fucking ankles. Do not call me the N-word. I am not your N-word. She didn't say nothing back. My friend had to inbox me and apologize on her behalf. So, but here's a contradiction. Even though I tell people that I'm not their N-word, and here I am still using it myself. So where does the cycle stop? I use it while I'm pretty much like online, you know, playing Call of Duty, or if so, or you know, if someone says, they tell me a story and I'm like, well, that's a really, really N-word-ish thing, N-word-ish thing to do, because I know what the N-word means, but I guarantee you, before you watch this video, or before, or if you do watch this video, and you go to your fellow person, and you ask them on the spot, what does the N-word mean? What they're going to tell you is that this is a racist term, but what they're not going to tell you is that it's actually meant for the word ignorant, because they haven't researched the word themselves. I know this. The most racist, anti-black person known in existence right now probably don't even know the real term, the real definition of the N-word. What they do know that it's now used for a racist terminology, but they don't know where it originated from. The N-word came from Spain. That's where it came from. It's Latin. I'm 30 years old right now, and I knew that. And I knew what the N-word meant since I was 13 years old. So here I am, 17 years later, and even though I can't prove it, but I kind of know that most of the black population don't even know what the real terminology of it is, and we use it every day. The word faggot, or let me retract that, the F word. We all know what the F word is used for today. But if you look at the dictionary, if you do your research, the F word means a bundle of sticks. way back when people say, "Hey, you have a fag?" Yeah, let's go out and smoke a fag. But we can't say that now, though, because we take a word, we, I guess you could say we perverted to the point where it's no longer able to be used. Like simp or incel, you know. I'm getting off topic right now, but there are a bunch of words that we now perverted where it's now offensive to use it. Karen, you know, that it's now offensive to use. So if you don't want to say you're a simp or you incel or okay boomer or Karen or the N-word, why are we still using it? If you know that those words are bad, why do you still use that particular word? I just want to know why. It's a simple question. If you know the answer, please let me know. Allow me to be educated. I like learning new things. Like, well, that's another topic. Don't want to get into that right now. But we as a collective, need to stop being so contradicting. Stop being so mindless. And actually be a little bit more careful on the things that we say. Because again, when a white person uses the N-word, I'm going to be mad, but I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to get red in the face. I'm not going to want to attack that person, because the reason why that person that's not black is saying it is because there's a black person out there that is saying it, and they're making it okay. The First Amendment is the freedom of speech. The Second Amendment is the right to bear arms. Any other amendment after that, I don't know, to be honest with you, but I definitely know the First Amendment is a freedom of speech. So I'm not going to force anyone to not say that word, because it's their right and it's their freedom to say that word. Because if it's not their right, and if it is a bad word, there's going to be some magical force in some type of Harry Potter, Narnia, Lord of the Rings universe that would magically freaking force us to not say that word. But because we have the freedom to say it, I'm not going to attack a person, shoot them, stab them, or berate them because they say that word. They know that it's bad, that's on them. Unfortunately, if they want to teach their children that form of racism, that it's also on them. But it is up to us to not teach the next generation, our kids, our fellow peers, to not say that. From here on out, everything that we do is solely on us. It is. Yeah, that's all I got for right now, so